What's up, everybody? Kicks and Konvos, man. We are glad to be here again. We're excited about this opportunity just to come together and to dialogue and talk and to discuss and allow our sneaker culture to be juxtaposed with be it inspiration, be it teaching moments, be it just an expression of what life is in general. And so I'm excited again today to have my brother back with me, man. Listen, last episode we had, it got good. It just got good. And I decided, hey, look, we need to come back and have some more dialogue on where we ended off. And I think it's a great opportunity for us just to take advantage of that particular subject matter that we was talking about. I don't want y'all to just assume that this man is finished. If you watch the last episode, he still is a fully loaded gun. He is about to let off some things. I'm excited to really hear from him today. So once again, y'all give it up to the priest, the bishop, the potentate, the archbishop, the apostle. Can I go a little learned? The doctor, the president, amen. The reverend, man, my boy, man, Adrian Davis, man. AD, what's up, bro?
What's up, bro?
What's cracking, man?
You crazy, man.
Shoot, man.
Potentate is crazy.
Potentate, dog, all of it, man. One of the apostles, one of the 12 disciples. Amen. We're excited.
You is crazy, man.
To have him here, man. Man, dude, we ended off last discussion, bro, tackling how people, I think it was really a point about how people would take credit.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And oftentimes they would take that particular credit and it not be something that they actually created, you know what I'm saying? But they just capitalize on the moment to take the credit. Man, jump in, man, with me and just kind of like bring some clarity to that. Because I think you was in the midst of a story that you was talking about, right? There was something that you had done and somebody took the credit for it. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. You know, and I man, I'm just real talk. I've been there a number of times, man, where people just literally use what it is that you bring to the table, mm-hmm. and they take advantage of it, man. And and don't give you credit for it. I mean, at least, man, say my name. At least, you know, gotta do something.
Yeah,
you know?
do something.
Right.
Do something. I mean, even if you don't give me credit, send me a seed for what I said or something I did. Or
right, something, you know.
But now, I do think that like it happens so often.
Yeah.
And one of the things that I literally, through my relationship with God had to tell me that, for one, if you're always upset that people take what you put out, mm-hmm, mm-hmm. To the point where you start to gatekeep. Yeah. And then you don't want to launch anything. You don't want to start anything because you're afraid people are going to take it. Yeah. Yeah. Like, I had to change my perspective on how I saw it. Yes. And I had to look at it from the perspective of, for one, I got that inspiration from God. Yeah. Holy Spirit gave me something, or maybe I saw a fraction of something and then I built upon that, or whatever the case is. Right. But I had to come to a place, and God had to really get me to a place where there is no such thing as God running out of ideas. Yeah. And then, you know, the Bible tells us that there's nothing new under the sun. Nothing new under the sun. Right, right. So even in us having new innovative ideas in 2024, yes, it probably stemmed from something that was even biblical. Wow. Something that somebody else did somewhere else that maybe you did not see, or whatever the case is. Because that's where we was inspired by. That's where we got the inspiration to actually function or flow into that particular. Exactly. Yeah, yeah. And then the Lord had to humble me to say that, for one, every person that you see do something similar to what you did, they didn't always see what you did. Yeah. It could just be something that I'm saying to people in this season. Yes.
Yes.
Like, you know what I'm saying? I could just be saying that.
Yeah.
And
That's powerful.
But you're so prideful that you are, and your ego is speaking louder to think that everybody that's doing this had to have gotten it from you.
Yeah, because again, at the same time, I believe that God has moments where he opens up the window of something, and then he allows that window to close.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying? Because in one dispensation, he's communicating this. He allows that to close. Then he starts saying, okay, this is now I'm communicating like this. And I think that's where a lot of times we, especially within the church, we lose sight of that.
Yep.
You know, and we don't allow ourselves to remain relevant in our gifts because we don't allow our gifts to actually evolve, you know, and because they don't never evolve and they never grow past the moment. Because again, it doesn't mean that God stops communicating to you, in you, and through you when he closes the window. He now says, okay, look, this is how I want you to communicate now, because this is the ear now. This is what the ear gate is hearing now. And I think a lot of times we miss because, you know, and so like you said, so while you were gatekeeping, thinking somebody's going to steal your stuff, that window closes. Somebody now starts to hear God, communicates what it is that God wants to say and how he wants to say it in this new season, right? And you missed your moment.
Yep, missed it. And then on the flip side, that there's been times where I know somebody got something directly from me. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? But I also have to understand that, the ideas that I come out with or the things that I do, like God gave those to me. Yeah. And again, like I said, God is not short of ideas. He's not short of concepts. But I do believe, to your point that you just said, that if God wants to get something into the earth, he uses people. Yes. Same way when the enemy wants to do something, he uses people. Yeah. Right? Right. So we have two factors and two powers that are trying to utilize the same pieces. Right? Yeah. And so I believe that when God wants to get something in the earth, he's looking for available, willing vessels. And if we're so caught up in our own agenda that we don't submit to what God wants to do, he moves on to the next. Yes. He like, yeah, that's on you, but you ain't trying to be available right now. You too consumed whatever you got going on. Yeah. So, all right, I'm going to get this done. Yeah. Like, what I want to do is not going to be stopped because of your level of disobedience. Right. And then, I agree. Or your level of procrastination, which is also disobedience, but your level of lazy, whatever it may be, it just shows up in various different ways, right? Yes. There have been plenty of times, and I think every creative can identify with this. There have been plenty of times I had an idea. Okay. And I didn't move on that idea, or I sat on that idea. Yes. And then we see it be done. You see it be done. It's so you be like, it's so frustrating. You be like, man, what? Right. And you be like, what? That was in my head. I knew that. And I looked that up, man. And I thought about this. It's the worst feeling, bro. And it aggravates you so much because, and then I had to do inventory. How long have I been sitting with that idea? Yes. All right. So if I've been sitting with that idea for 3 years and I did nothing in 3 years, this person launches it. Like, let's say the Lord gave it to me in 2021. This person launches it in 2024. Jesus. And then I remember one particular thing, I did research and I went and listened to this person's interview on when he was like, yeah, man, I just had this idea, and it came to me in 2023. Yeah. And I'm like, man, I had the idea in 2021. And could it be God gave me a grace period to say, I'm just going to see if you're going. Yeah, I gave it to you, and I want you to act on it. What you want to do. And you haven't done anything. You haven't done anything. That procrastination, man, that thing right there, man, is a... you really get to the place sometimes, man, when you see the procrastination and when you continue in that same vein of procrastinating, there is such a paralysis that overcomes you to the point that even the ideas that come, you automatically shelve them. Yep.
you know?
Yep.
And after you shelved, man, it's like how many, man, how many of y'all even probably watching, how many of y'all can testify that there's like some stuff on your shelf right now that is just collecting dust that could actually be your resource for life. It could be what it is you're supposed to be doing. It could be, man, the gift mix of what you're supposed to have been establishing. And here it is, you stuck in this whole space. And then,
bro,
you know, I'm gonna tell you something, bro. Like there's moments of procrastination and you know, deal with this for a second. I'm gonna throw this out here. Sometimes the paralysis, man, is a result of our own personal insecurity.
Bruh, what you talking about?
You know what I'm saying? I mean, I'm just trying to figure out, like, you know, sometimes we have this personal insecurity, man, that overwhelms us and takes us and it keeps us from what it is. And it literally sabotages our future.
Bro, this is what I like to call it. Analysis paralysis.
Yes.
Where we overanalyze everything and then we end up doing nothing. That's typically what happens. Like we get an idea, we have a concept, and then we start to figure out what's wrong before we look at what could be right.
Yeah.
So our whole dynamic and our whole concept is, well, you know, this could happen, or this could happen, or this, and we look at it, and then we just overanalyze because our mind is going to tell us over and over and over again, are you sure?
Yeah.
You know, do you have the money for that? What is, you know, I was preaching Sunday and I said this, I said, when God, and you can testify to this, I can testify to this, and those that are watching can testify to this. Isn't it amazing that when we had the money, we didn't have the vision? But then when we were broke, we got the vision. Yes. And you like, dang, like, how come I didn't think about this when I had that lump sum of money? How come I didn't think about this when I had this connection? Or how come and now I got all of these ideas. And that's literally where God is saying, yes, sir. Do you trust me? Yes. Or do you trust what you have?
Yes.
And if you have me, you should trust that. But you're talking about from a tangible space. Yeah. So the only thing that you deem that, or the only thing that you look at from a standpoint of, oh, I'm ready to go into my next, or I'm ready to do this, is when you have financial or when you have connection or whatever the case is that are tangible for you. Yeah. And I was telling them, I said, whenever God gives us a vision, he's not consulting our finances. He knew our finances. He knew what we had. He knew what we did not have. What he's doing is that he's consulting our faith. And he's trying to get us to a space where he's saying, do you trust me, and do you have enough faith to believe that I can do this without you having the finance? Because if you have the finance, there is no need for faith. Yeah. Yeah. Why do you think it becomes harder for people like Elon Musk or Jeff Bezos and things of that nature to live in a space of faith? Because they have the money to produce everything that they think about. Resource. They're there. Exactly. Anything I think about, I can just go buy and do. There is no need for me, from their perspective. Now, I know they need God in other areas of their life. I'm just talking about launching things. From finance. From finance. Yes. So it becomes hard. But I think that's the importance. And for, the concept of this episode is, I think that's the importance also too of collaboration. Okay. That whatever you do not have, that certain relationships that you do have, whenever you do not have finance, I say this: when God gave you the vision, he wasn't consulting your finance, he was consulting your faith. But it could be that God was consulting your faith that you can connect with friends.
Bro, that relational equity.
Come on, man.
You got to have that. And I'm telling you, man, it is something that even as of now in this season, I started realizing that there is a need, not just any relationship connection, but those who can actually help you produce what's your next.
Those that can actually help you.
Man, like literally. And I'm talking about competency. I'm talking about people who understand where it is that you are, where you can in one-liners convey what you have to convey and not have to try to go so deep to try to explain it to them. And no naysayer or a hater or somebody who doesn't have anything going for themselves, but I'm going to just try to sabotage your future because I haven't done anything and I'm hearing what you've gotten, but I'm going to slow you down type thing. You know, bro, you need somebody, man, who can help you change your situation.
Yeah, man.
You know what I'm saying? And I think it's valuable, bro. You know, and that's where, like you said, that's where that whole collaboration comes in. You know what I'm saying? Just like you and I mean, I collaborate. This connection that I have with you, man, has been valuable to me in this season of my life. You know what I'm saying? Like really, like real talk, like to be able to talk and to call, and you got clear understanding, you got clear vision, even though you're not, in the pastoral seat, but you've been in the pastoral seat. So there's a point of you saying, okay, hey man, look, do this, make this choice here. I think it'll work for you. And then at the same time, you also then, hey man, I'm looking out for you on here. I got this over here for you, man. Hey, check this out. And that would not be had there not been that relational equity.
Man.
You gotta have it.
You gotta have it. You gotta have it, man. And I think that oftentimes, man, we disregard the relationships.
Yeah.
Because it doesn't show up in an area of instant gratification, meaning financial.
Yeah.
Right. And so some relationships and some friendships you have to grow into, and they're there with pure motive and they're there to help us. And I think a lot of times, even on social media, whenever we talk about healthy concepts and healthy relationships, a lot of that stuff doesn't get a lot of shares and get a lot of attention and get a lot of comments. What gets attention is the negative aspect. So if I did a video talking about haters and talking about, I don't have no good friends and ain't nobody gonna show up for you the way that and all that other type of stuff, that gets attention. But if I talk about, man, God has staffed me with amazing people and staffed me with amazing friends.
Yes.
And if you have that in your life and you've experienced that in your life, man, you should celebrate the fact. And that'll probably get a few likes and people a couple of amens. But now people want, instead of highlighting the good in anything, we want to talk about the negative in everything. And so it becomes this concept that it's like, well, let me get a whole bunch of toxic amens versus a whole bunch of healed amens.
Yeah, bro.
You see what I'm saying?
That is so true. Even as of late, man, I've been looking at things and just everyone wants to hear the negative side of something.
Oh, man.
No one wants to heal. No one wants, a sober mind. No one wants, transformation and change for the better. You know what I'm saying? But it's the toxicity of the moment. You know what I'm saying? That we just try to place ourselves in. Man, we gotta get past that.
No, like, and the thing is, I think that we definitely have to get past it. But our culture now is like
hostile.
Everything hostile. Yeah. And we can dig into this, but I honestly believe, man, it's a ploy of the enemy to continue. And when I say the enemy, I'm also, that's very vague. Yeah. But I just believe it's a ploy to desensitize us to things that make us human. Yeah. We now see murder.
Yeah.
We see people literally on social media be shot and killed. And it's like, oh yeah, we're uncovering and we are showing, I get it, that, we want to hold people accountable for their actions and X, Y, and Z, but also it's desensitizing us.
It is desensitizing us.
Man, before years ago, if you
couldn't see that.
Oh my God.
You couldn't watch it.
No,
dog.
Like we would grimace and man. It would make us sick. Now we watch it and we be like, oh, okay, and scroll.
Like it was nothing.
Like it was nothing. We talking about somebody losing their life and we just scroll past it. We got situations like, soon as, the day after Rich Homie Quan died, TMZ releasing the audio of the girlfriend calling 911.
Desensitized.
What about Rich Homie Quan's family? And, you know, like they ain't even had time to process it. Now they got to hear
just off the cuff quick. Nobody cares. It down
Nobody
long
cares
enough to say, hey, wait a minute, let's let, you know, there's family, there's children possibly.
No.
There's a whole lot that happens, man, that you just don't even consider.
We don't care. Like, and I think that, so I'm saying it to say that even strong friendships and connections aren't even, lack of a better term, sexy anymore. Like it ain't,
right.
You know what I'm saying? It ain't even like, oh, well, like, ooh, I enjoy that. Like, I want that. As much as we internally really want that, we don't even lead with that on social media.
No.
We don't lead with the good.
No.
We got to lead with the bad. And then so what we do is that we create a whole bunch of trauma bonds and call them followers and all of that stuff. And, you know, people that connect to our level of trauma and stuff and so forth and so on.
And it's because we see that they like it. We see that they engage with it.
Yep.
That they comment on it, you know.
And we would much rather have engagement than speak real truth.
Because they don't even understand because there still is an audience.
Yes.
Some of the same ones who would comment if it was negative, but they're some of the same ones that will read that positive thing. Won't comment, read it, ingest it, and then scroll past it.
Yep. All the time, bro. Like
on a search for the next negative thing.
For the next negative thing, for me to add a negative comment to, or for me to say something bad about, or for me to, man, I saw a post. This is crazy. I saw a post. I was traveling to San Francisco just the other day. I'm going there to preach, and I'm on a plane, and I'm scrolling, and I see a post of of a couple, man and a woman. They had to be about 85.
Wow.
Dancing in the rain. And I'm telling you, it was so sweet. And they just dancing. He's spinning, like twirling her, and they just dancing. And
I think I seen that one.
Huh?
I think I seen that one. Yeah.
And in the cap, and then at the top it said, think about how many times they both had to forgive each other to get to this place.
Woo.
It was so sweet. The first comment on there said, no, you mean how many times she had to forgive him?
Automatic.
And when I tell
controversial.
When
gotta come up with something.
We gotta be negative. We gotta be. And I'm talking about she made that comment, and I clicked it. It was 300 and some odd replies to her comment.
Yeah.
And people
took away
the full essence of the post. And people was like, you know, girl, you need to get healed. What are you talking about? Then there's other people like, I know that's right, girl.
Right.
You know, blah, 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 blah. And it's like, yo, like, how do we make everything negative?
How do we make, and then, you like you said, everybody has their opinion, and they believe that their opinion is truth. It's like, it's facts.
Yes.
It's rule. It's what it is. And if you say anything that's counter to what it is that they're saying, they automatically is coming for your neck. I mean, they come to chop your head off because, and you can't even, you know, what is truth now?
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like, what is the real, like you said, we got this whole statement. That was a truthful statement.
Mm-hmm.
But now we're going to water it all the way down. And her particular comment usurps full authority over the entire post.
Bingo.
Literally just robs.
Bingo. It robs the strength of the whole. And it was like, wait a minute, this was such.
And everybody
a
coming
thing.
on there. I'm here for the comments.
Bingo. you know what I'm here for.
Yeah, I know. Yeah, you know what I'm here for. I'm here for the comments.
You know what I'm here for.
Right.
I'm here for these comments. You know what I'm saying? And so, man, like I just think that our culture has just become that, man. It's like give me the negativity. Give me the you know, the negative thing.
Yeah.
You know, and it's sad. It's really sad because I think it's hindering, because for one, people want the negative spin.
Yes.
People want the drama. And then what does that do? That it makes us not trust people. You know, it makes
Which
us
then makes us
makes us isolate. And then if the strength is in the level of connection, now we don't want to make the connections anymore.
no connections, no collaboration. I don't want to
Bingo.
and I don't want to be around you because I may have a vulnerable moment and I don't know if I can open up to you, because when I open up over here, I got dogged. When I open up over here, I got rejected. When I open up over here. And so this insecurity blanket just kind of basically covers you, and you just stay to yourself.
Yep. And as long as you stay to yourself, that's the enemy's playground. But it's also your ego's playground, because your ego will start to tell, because you have nothing to combat what you think.
Wow.
So if I'm by myself and I submit something to myself, and then I become the judge and the juror to my own thoughts.
Yes, sir.
And I have nobody to tell me any otherwise. So now if I think I ain't nothing, I can co-sign the fact that I'm not nothing. Mm-hmm. Then guess what? My emotions tell me I ain't nothing. Yeah. Nobody can pull me out of that. I have nothing else. I have nobody else to pull me out of that, because I'm by myself.
You're by yourself.
And I've isolated myself out of a level of trauma, rejection, and fear. Man, one of the things that in my prayer time Monday, bro, I told the Lord, I said, Lord, I just thank you that I still can feel.
Jesus.
That's it.
Yeah,
that's it.
That's that right there.
That's it. I thank you that I still am allowing myself to feel.
Can feel.
Bro, when we talk about our brotherhood and our dynamic,
yeah,
I thank God for our connection. I thank God for our brotherhood. God knew I needed you, especially in LA. I really don't have, like, I consider you my brother, and I consider like when people like, do you have family in LA? I was like, I really don't have family in LA, but I have some great friends in LA. Yeah. You are in that number. I only have 3. You know what I'm saying? But if I would have allowed 4 years ago,
wow,
you said it's no way I would have been open.
The stuff that you went through,
you see what I'm saying?
To like come in and define
exactly
how I
and beginning to shape relationships that you ain't even had a chance to meet somebody to shape those relationships.
Because you got to understand that fear has the power to motivate.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes, that's good.
Yeah, fear has the power,
does.
And it can literally motivate you not to engage in, connect with, collaborate with.
And it speaks so loud, bro.
Man, louder than anything.
It speaks so loud.
Loud, bro. Like literally, it just takes over. It
overpowers every other emotion. Like, I was talking to someone on my way here, and they was like, yo, like, I got this big thing that I'm doing, and I'm doing some photos for their event. And I said, it's going to be great. And then they said, I'm just so scared. And I said, well, I feel like scared is a great place to be.
Yeah.
You know, I said, because for one, you need to acknowledge it, allow yourself to feel it.
Yeah.
I said, but I believe being scared is a prerequisite to operating in your calling. It's a prerequisite.
Man.
I feel like everybody biblically had a moment where they were afraid.
All of them.
Every last one of them. Even Jesus, the garden.
That just passed by me.
Like you see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like we were just talking about this. I was talking about this with Patrick Walker yesterday. I was telling you about the Bible.
Yeah.
We was like, I was telling him, I said, I believe that the story of the garden is one of the most powerful stories in the Bible.
Man, amazing.
It's just amazing.
Amazing.
And I said, but it's that moment. Like, I got to do what I'm called to do. Mm-hmm. I got to do what I'm supposed to do. I got to do what I'm here on this earth to do. But I'm afraid. And like you said, fear will motivate you, and you decide which way it's gonna motivate you, though.
Yeah, Because fear is a feeling. And what you feel is what you see.
Mm-hmm.
And what you see will then control.
What you feel is what you see.
Yeah.
Man, for real.
But that's the reason why you have to have the counterpart.
You got to.
You got to have faith, because faith is not governed by what it is that you see.
You got to, and that's why connection is so important.
Yes.
Because you need people to combat what you feel. What you feel is not a fact. What you feel is a feeling.
Yeah.
It's your truth in the moment.
Yes.
So
Yes.
like when we talk about what is truth, because truth to you today could not be truth to you tomorrow.
Right. Exactly.
So that tells me that that's not a fact. A fact is 2 + 2 gonna equal 4, and that's gonna equal
that's
4
the fact.
Tomorrow, the next day, next year. It's been that way for God knows how long, right? So we know that's a fact. My truth, not the truth.
Right.
He is the truth, the way, and the light.
Yes, sir.
He is the truth. Yes. My truth is predicated on my feeling. So if I feel today that I don't have no friends and don't nobody love me, that's my truth today.
Yeah.
But I can encounter somebody tonight that will make me feel different than my truth was today at 4:00.
Exactly.
You see what I'm saying?
Exactly.
So my thing is, that's cool to have, but understand that, this is how I feel right now, and give yourself that space, but also give yourself that space to feel different too.
Yeah.
And I don't think we do. I think we marry our truth in the moment.
Because we allow that feeling to totally encompass us, and it rules us. And here's the thing, man, that feeling can go beyond, which we go right back to that procrastination piece, go right back to that vulnerability piece, go right back to not engaging, not connect. That particular feeling can rule you.
Yeah.
And you'll look up, man, and it's years done passed.
Yeah.
And you have not even produced anything.
Yeah.
You have not, and it's all in you to do it.
Yeah. All in you to do it.
But that feeling has capped you out, like to the point that you can't even pour out what's already on the inside of you.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying?
Yep.
That's crazy, bro.
Yep. Like, you know what's crazy is that feeling will paralyze you.
Yeah.
And like you talk about that where you literally are like, I know what I could possibly do.
Yeah.
But I'm kind of sitting on,
yeah,
that paralysis.
Yeah.
I'm sitting on that. Like, I'm not gonna, I don't know. And then we get in our own head. And so I think a lot of times we are thinking it's the, like everybody talks about the fear of failure, but I think we have more people with the fear of success.
Yeah.
Like, what happens if this goes well? What happens? What changes in my life if this really hits? What
alterations I have to make,
bro,
now because this thing is successfully moving forward.
And I will tell you the honest truth.
Yeah.
I am a poster child for that thought.
Okay.
I am.
Okay.
Because, man, like, I'll get, and I know this is for some people that are out here, I get all the stuff. I'll find a way to buy all the stuff.
Yeah.
That I'd be like, oh yeah, all I need is this. Yeah. And then I get that. And then I'd be like, I find something, oh, well, now I need that.
I need that. And this is going to work.
And then I get that. And then this is going to work. And so I acquire things with the hope that getting things will make me start to be more disciplined and consistent in certain things that I'm supposed to be doing.
Yeah. Things
won't make you consistent. Like right now, I got a group of mentees that I'm working with, and I tell them, if you cannot be consistent, like if you're saying, for example, if you're saying I'm gonna do a podcast, and if you cannot be consistent with producing that podcast with your cell phone or finding a way to remove every excuse, you're not gonna be consistent just because you got the new the new computer.
Yeah.
Or you got the new camera. Right. Or you got the new lighting. Like, and then I tell people, start where you are, because starting where you are may invite people along the journey with you that can help you.
Yes.
They'll see, oh man, oh wait a minute, I love your content, but you need a different camera.
Yeah.
Oh man, I know somebody, or I got something.
That's where the hookups come in. That's where the connections come in. That's
but
where
people got to see you working.
But they got to see you working.
People
they got to see you
to
making
see
the
you
effort.
working.
They got to see you taking the steps. They got to see you, as Omar from Think Media said, you got to hit record, man.
You got to hit record.
You got to hit
Omar
record.
said all the time, you got to hit record.
You got to hit record, bro. So it's like, and I out, man, for a minute. That's how it was, bro.
Yeah.
I was like, I would
I'm
find an
child for it.
excuse quick.
That's what I'm saying.
Quick not to do.
Bro, I got all this equipment at my house.
Man.
And let me tell you, I ain't recorded not nothing. Legit.
Having that, man.
Now the difference is, before I hadn't recorded anything because I was in my head. Now the difference is I've been so busy, I haven't had time to do it.
Yeah.
So now it's two different aspects.
Yeah.
So, but now what I'm doing is that I'm finding time to do it. And I'm making time, I'm making time to do it. So I literally, like, no matter what time it is,
yeah,
I'm recording something. Like,
and bro, I'm starting to realize that too, just as recently, man, getting to the space of just hitting record, man. I mean, wherever I'm at, you know what I'm saying? Just to kind of capture capture moments.
Mm-hmm.
Some moments I just kind of take for granted.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? But it's actually content I feel that somebody can be helped by, blessed by.
Mm-hmm.
You don't even know, you know.
Yeah.
And sometimes I just take my thoughts, like, you know, I'm thinking about a particular subject or maybe a sermonic, inspirational moment. You know, nowadays we see sermons and something, and it's like, oh man, you know, we always talk about that or preach, but at the same time, sometimes you're seeing stuff just in life, you know, and all of a sudden I was like, man, I need to be just recording this or stating this or communicating this, even if it is just audio or if video, however, but just capturing those moments, man, because those flashes of inspiration don't always show up and come back.
Man, they don't. Yeah. They don't, man, and that's the reason why we gotta strike while the iron is hot.
Yeah.
Like,
yeah,
we have to, man, and I think that's the importance, man, to the whole thing that we're talking about. That's the importance of levels of collaboration. Why? Because collaborations also keep us consistent and hold us accountable.
You know, people in this whole power of collaboration, you gotta be very careful. And I'm gonna see what your thoughts are on this. Becoming so comfortable and making abnormalities normal. Like making like you know, feels weird to smile.
Mm-hmm.
You know, feels weird. Here's a big one right here. Feels weird to have money.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
So we get, you know, we would rather be, and I'm about to say something out, I don't hope I'm offending nobody. We rather settle for bondage than being free.
Man.
You know, because sometimes being in bondage, sometimes being poor, sometimes being impoverished, sometimes being lazy, being comfortable is our normal.
Mm-hmm.
But it's really an abnormality.
Mm-hmm.
You know, what are your thoughts about, like, really shifting out of that, so that because again, those emotions and feelings hinder you from even going forward to becoming what you're supposed to become.
Mm-hmm. Man, like I think that we have to contest in all aspects what we deem as normal.
Okay.
I feel like
okay.
I feel like to a certain extent we have to ask ourselves, is this normal that I'm accustomed to?
Mm-hmm.
Me living how God desires for me to live, or what I have settled to live for?
Okay.
Like, I feel like that always has to be contested.
I see it.
And a lot of times, man, we live in so much fear because we were raised in a level of lack, or we were raised in a level of poverty, or we were raised in a level of, check to check. So now it's like, the things that we really, and perfect example, and I get it in a minute, but the things that we really want, we don't even communicate that we want anymore.
Right.
Because of, well, this is my normal,
The settling. It is what it is.
The settling.
That statement.
The settling aspect.
Yeah.
So like example, right before we got on, we were talking about the microphones.
Yeah.
Right. And we was like, oh no, like, this one or that one, like difference. Cause I have both of these too.
Yeah.
I got two of those. I got one of these, and then I got like this gold mic that my mentor gave me, my mentor best friend gave me. And I like this one. I like the short one, but it doesn't do
what this one does.
What that one does, right?
Yes.
But still great quality. Both still great quality. And sometimes, although that one is a little bit more pricier, we'll tell ourselves, oh no, I'm just gonna get this. When in all actuality, we're supposed to have that.
I see where you're going.
Just because
you lighted it up. Come on. I hear it coming.
Just because it's a little bit more cheap. See, like we'll be like, oh well, no, it's just a little bit more cheaper. But then we're not reading the specs on what we need.
Yes.
So no, I actually need that, and so we'll find a way to talk ourselves out of that, and we will make ourselves settle for this. Long term, we come back and our scarcity,
yes, sir,
will cost us more in the long run than it will in the moment. Because in the moment, that could have been $100 difference. I think it's like $150 difference, right? In the moment, I could have paid the extra $150.
Yep.
But now, I done bought this one, and then I realized long term it ain't doing what I need to do. Now what I'm gonna have to do? I'm either gonna have to find a way to sell this, which is gonna be, I'm not gonna get what I paid for.
Pay for it, no,
because it's used now. If you find somebody to buy it, or I'm just gonna have to go out and just go ahead and buy me one of those. So now I done bought this,
which is I'm gonna have to go buy.
So
right,
why not? So why not from the jump?
Pull that trigger first.
Get what we get.
Yes, bro.
And we talk ourselves out of it because we, whether it be trauma of like, and for even myself, like where I've lost everything before, right?
Yeah.
So in the fear of not losing everything again,
you gather everything.
I ain't gonna. Are you really need that? I'm gonna look for something cheaper, and then come to find out the reason why it was cheaper is because it broke. Or it breaks, or it's just not.
Last.
It doesn't last,
yes, sir.
And doesn't do everything that I need for it to do. And so now I got to come out of pocket, and not just pocket, but also time.
Yes.
Like, and I think that we have to understand the concept of, we say, well, don't live beyond your means. Cool, I understand that, but I also understand that there is a level of quality that my life demands. And I refuse to allow fear, and I refuse to allow how I was raised, or I refuse to allow the mentalities of everybody else to make me now believe that I cannot have the best.
And that's where, again, to tag back, that's where the power of that collaboration comes in, because that collaboration potentially can cause you to take that risk and go beyond what you're comfortable in.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying?
Yep.
Those collaborations, those healthy relationships, you know what I'm saying, will help push you out of that space that you have become so comfortable in. You know, man, truthfully, man, like if you, like you said, your idle mind, that's when the enemy starts to have a field day with you. But when you got somebody who you're connected with, somebody you're collaborating with, who's picking up the phone and saying, hey, what's up? What you doing?
What you doing? What you
know
got
what I'm saying?
going on?
Oh, I ain't doing. I'm just
what
sitting
you
there.
got going on?
Sitting there, man. Come on, get up. Like, hey, bro.
Where you at?
Man, where we at? Let's look. Hey, man, I got this for you. and it literally jars or shakes or causes you to come back to your senses.
Yes,
You know what I'm saying? It's almost like, when you're sitting there and you start daydreaming, someone was like, hey, hey.
Yep.
You was like, huh?
Yep.
Like that.
Yep.
That's what collaboration does for your life.
Yep, it does,
You know what I'm
man. It's literally one of those things that it gives you the opportunity to see yourself how others see you beyond how you see yourself. Majority of us, not everybody, but majority of us see ourselves probably lower than what we really are. Especially those that have been raised in the church, because we were taught humility. And I believe we were taught humility wrong, but that's a whole nother breaking down of our theology. Yeah. But I believe we were taught humility wrong from the concept of, serve everybody else, do for everybody else. You're the lowest in the room. Yeah. Remain low. And I get all of that when it comes to our relationship with God. God said, humble yourself before the Lord. Yes. But now what we've been doing is humbling ourselves before Negroes that ain't never done anything. So in the effort to make them feel better about where they are. So now a lot of times people telling you to be humble because they ain't done nothing. So they saying, man, well, be humble. Now, actually, I'm supposed to be humble before the Lord. Yeah. Before you, I got to live loud. Yeah. And we've been downplaying ourselves, but I think that's the reason for true brotherhoods, sisterhoods, connections, is because they begin to tell you, yo, like, ain't nobody worried about that. Yeah. Or you need to step, like, bro, and I tell you, this is just honest to your viewers and to viewers that have watched this. Like, even when the first time I came here to preach, I was like, bro, I just appreciate the opportunity, because, man, it's been a trying season. He's like, man, ain't nobody worried about that. Like it was like, and then even Javante, the first time I went to go preach at the Wave, I was like, well, man, things just been. He was like, bro, what are you talking about? Like, no, I don't care. No, he was like, man. I don't care. I don't watch that type of stuff. I don't care that. Like you, man, please. He was like, dude, like I watched you preach in Huntsville every Sunday, bro. He was like, it's a dream for me to have you come preach in my church, bro. Like, and I'm like, what? Like, but connection gives you a sober reality about how others see you, not just how you see yourself, because you can be so down on yourself that you will think that what you think, your truth in the moment, is now your world. It's your world. It's not the world.
It's your world.
It's your world.
Your experience, yes, of course. But it's not the definition of who you are.
Exactly.
What's seen, what's respected, what's honored is what has already been accomplished.
Exactly.
And that you can't erase. That's written in ink.
Exactly.
You know what I'm saying? Like that's present. Yep. It's there. So somebody tries to hype up and make larger your situation or circumstance, right? Mm-hmm. But then not realizing that there is a hard copy right here of all of what I've accomplished, what I've achieved, what I've done, who I've helped, who I've changed, who I've built up, who I lifted out of the muck and the mire of life. You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. You can't deny that. Yep. You know what I'm saying? And that's why I'm real big on that. Like, I think even the body of Christ, man, we got to be very, very careful and cautious, man, not to fall into the ways of the world like that, man. You know what I'm saying? Like, man, like at the end of the day, for real, like when you see men and women of God who have pushed forward to help lives and change lives, there's a whole lot of countless things that you don't catch on video. Man, there's a lot of countless things you don't see on a Sunday morning or during the Bible study. There's the phone calls, there's the counsel, there's the praying moments, there's the fasting moments, there's the tears of his cry. There was visits at homes when loved ones pass away. There's visits at hospital. You know, people all the time, yeah, you may see me preach.
Yep. But you don't see
me pastor though.
Exactly.
No.
Exactly.
No, you heard me preach.
Exactly.
But you ain't. But preaching ain't pastoring.
It sure ain't.
Man,
because we know a lot of great preachers that can't pastor.
Man,
and we know a lot of great pastors that don't necessarily preach like that.
Exactly.
But they church loved them because they pastored them well.
Man, talk, bro.
That's what it's not the same.
Yeah, bro.
It's not the same, man. And people need to and a lot of people don't understand that. And like they get a preacher confused with a pastor, and just because you can hoop a church down, like I tell people all the time, a lot of my preaching is not clickbait. Like it's not gonna go viral because I don't do viral clips. I'm not saying sound bites. I'm giving you a whole message.
I ain't got a good 60 seconds.
I don't.
Because I need the 60 minutes.
You hear me?
I'm trying to get my point, but I need 60 minutes.
Exactly. I got to build this thing out.
I got to build it up. You know what I'm saying? It's a 747.
Exactly,
it's
bro.
It's a cruise liner, dog. I'm sorry.
Exactly. Like, so all them, I'm like, shout out to those that can do it.
Oh, no. Yeah, no doubt.
Shout out.
And it's some
amazing people that can do
ones,
it.
Bro.
But not me. I ain't one of them.
I need more time.
I need more time than that. I'm reading a book right now called Brief. How to be more brief. How to get your point across in a short amount of time.
I need to get that book. Because, bro, my staff and my church, bro, they be like, man, yeah, you better give them some time.
Listen, give me some time.
Y'all cut that down on the video. Cut it down, you know. Take some of the
I'd be like, exactly. I go back and I be editing my stuff. I be like, yeah, I said too many times.
Cut that out,
I was trying to drive that point home too. I said that point too many times, and that's why it went longer. So yeah, man.
But at the same time, here's the beauty of collaboration is that even with the flaws, the frailties, the shortcomings, all those are still embraced.
Bro.
You know what I'm saying? I mean, we got this shoe right here, right? We got to talk about that, and I'm gonna throw a tennis shoe in because it is Kicks and Konvos. I'm gonna throw a tennis shoe in somewhere.
Yeah.
But I mean, with Virgil, man, Virgil is showing you that an unfinished product can become a viral sneaker.
Yep.
That's basically what he was doing. He was like, because when I first seen it, I was like, hey, this collaboration is like he's showing what the shoe looks like when it's getting made.
Yep. He was showing us that there's beauty in the process. And he sold us the process.
He sold us the process. And bro, come on, man. He sold us the process and then put a tag on it.
Yeah, put a tag on it.
And said, keep the tag on while you wear it.
Yep.
To let everybody see
it's in
process.
It's in process.
God.
And we know it.
Come on, bro.
We know it's in process. But we're gonna buy it.
I told you
in
it took
the
some
process.
minute to get there. We about to take off right now.
It's we're gonna buy the process. We fall in love with the process.
Yeah.
And here's the thing, that we'll buy shoes that way. Right now we got clothes that are that way.
Yeah.
With the hinged, they're not hemmed.
Yeah.
My jeans don't have a hem at the bottom. They're just cut.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? This is an distressed, unfinished process, right?
Yeah.
What people are saying is that I can fall in love with process of clothing and shoes, but I don't necessarily like the process of unfinished people. I want you to come to me already finished. I want you to come to me already got it together.
Now you about to make it,
I want you to come to me already prepackaged. And that ain't how it works.
Why you trying to make this a series, man? Why you trying to...
That ain't... I'm just saying, like, because that's not how it works. Because people are going to come to you unpackaged, unfinished.
Yes.
And do we have the grace and the patience to walk people through those spaces and places?
My God.
To love them beyond their unfinishedness. Because if you don't have the capability to love somebody in their unfinished place, then also you disqualify yourself to be loved at your unfinished place.
Wow, bro.
Because all of us are unfinished.
Yes.
All of us are jacked up. All of us are trying to figure it out. All of us are trying to put it together the best way that we possibly can. And the challenging part is whenever somebody graduates from 3rd grade to 4th grade, now we want to talk about people in the 3rd grade as if we ain't never been there. You just graduated from 3rd grade to 4th grade yesterday.
Yes.
And now you in the 4th grade and you like, look at all them dummies down in the 3rd grade. What? But that's how we operate, especially in the church.
In the church, bro.
You learn one thing. You done learn one new tongue, and now you now you're an upper epsilon. Can't nobody talk to you.
Way up there.
Like your pride has gotten out of the way. But I think that like coming and falling in love with people in the process and understanding that people don't come to you prepackaged. People don't come to you automatically having it all together. And now I believe, man, it's a hindrance in our culture and consistency in relationships. You're married, I'm not, right? And one of the biggest things that people have asked me, like, well, why you not married yet, bro? And, you know, man, I know, man, you're a handsome dude, you know, da-da-da. And I was like, you know, I'm just not going to speak for me. I'm going to speak for, I believe, an issue with our culture is that we believe because we have social media that we have more options. It's the illusion of options.
It's the illusion of options.
It's the illusion of options.
Yeah,
like
literally.
I can go DM Lori Harvey right now. Now she may not ever read it, but I can DM her.
Yeah.
It's a possibility she may read it.
Yeah.
But I can go and we think just because somebody is giving us attention on social media, now it hinders our consistency with who really loves us. Yeah. So the moment the love gets challenging or I'm not getting what I need from you today because maybe you don't feel that way, or maybe we had a rough patch. Now, if I needed you to tell me how amazing I am and we've been arguing and I done cussed you out and you don't want to talk to me, guess what? I can go to social media and I can put up a picture and I can get that affirmation from strangers.
Yeah. Yep.
So it hinders my commitment level
Real
on
talk.
so many levels.
Yeah. Because
now I got social media to feed an area where I'm supposed to grow with you. I'm not going to grow with you. I'm going to shut you down and shut you off and stop communicating with you for a while, but I'm going to get what I need from social media. I'm going to entertain somebody in my DMs. And so it gives us the illusion that we have options that we really don't have. Everybody not going to rock with you on your worst days.
No, man.
Everybody not going to see you at your worst and still love you. Them
Because they're not gonna, like you said, they're not going to rock with you in your processing moment.
No,
bro.
They love the highlight reel you.
Yes.
They don't know the behind the scenes you.
That they were seeing.
Exactly.
The one that you showed them.
They don't know when your attitude jacked up. They don't know that they don't know
when you got a mood swing.
You see what I'm saying? Because the mood swings be swinging. You know what I'm saying? They just don't like you show up on social media when you joke and laughing and X, Y, and Z, right? Yeah. And they're supporting that. And so now you think that you have love that you really do not have.
Do not have.
You ain't got that for real?
No.
It's the illusion of. So now you feel like, oh man, like, well, they acting up, I'm just gonna move on to the next.
Yeah.
No, everybody and I believe this, but you know, like I had said something on social media and it got quite a big buzz with it. Some people was like telling me like that wasn't true. I don't believe everybody's replaceable. I don't believe that. People can say whatever they want to. I don't believe everybody is replaceable. I think that there are certain people that come into your life that cannot be replaced. Yep. And you need to fight and contend for those relationships.
And you have to.
You have to.
You have to, man, because some of those relationships, man, are so valuable and valid to keeping you grounded.
Yes.
Keeping you assured of who
calling
you are.
You on your crap.
Yeah, man. And bro, I'm gonna tell you right now, and those individuals are the ones that you say oftentimes. You may say, look, I can't deal with you today.
Yep. Now,
hey, I got a time limit on you.
And be real with it.
Yeah.
Be real with it. Hey, today ain't one of them days. I'll talk to you tomorrow. But here's the thing. I'm not gonna throw that relationship away. If everybody's not replaceable, I don't believe that. There's certain people that I know that they ain't gonna never get another Adrian Davis.
Right.
Now, and there's certain people that's been somebody in my life that I ain't gonna never get another one of them.
Yeah.
And I've learned that I fight for my relationships. So like for example, if there was a miscommunication between you and I or whatever, I'm gonna call you. Hey, bro, I just want to clear the air, man. Make sure we good.
Right.
And we've had times where we was like, hey, that ain't got nothing to do with us. Me and you good? We good?
Yeah, good.
Because what we were doing, we was making sure that our relationship stay intact.
Exactly. Because I didn't. Hey, man, look, that ain't me.
But see, but see, culture would tell you throw it away.
Right.
Culture would tell you,
shut down.
Yeah, shut down.
Don't say nothing.
Oh,
Bounce out.
Be passive aggressive, or just find somebody else new. Find new brotherhoods. Find new friendships. Find new connections. What? What? You crazy?
Yeah.
Like Chris Sands has been my best friend since my
brother
11th grade year in high school.
Is built
Come on,
in
bro.
adversity.
Brother is built in adversity. Iron sharpens iron. Here's the thing. There is no sharpening without friction.
Yep.
That's what sharpens us.
Yep.
Is moments of friction.
Yep.
You don't have sharp objects without friction.
Right. No.
So it's gonna be difficult moments. But we have this illusion, whether that's romantic, platonic, brotherhood, sisterhood, whatever it is, we have this concept of everybody is replaceable, man. And I want your viewers on this podcast to know that I think we all, especially as creatives, especially as innovators, especially as people that are called to do things within this earth, that you have to, for one, have people that you collaborate with,
yes.
people that you do relationship with,
yes.
and connections. And then you also within that list, you got to write down who you willing to fight for.
Yeah.
I ain't gonna like disagreements, dry spells and spaces. Yeah, all right, cool. I'm willing to fight for this relationship. Mm-hmm. And bro, I say this. I've been telling people, I believe Joseph shows us the 3 type of people we need in our lives.
Okay.
Remember when Joseph was in jail?
Yes.
It was the butler and the baker.
Yep.
And then there was the king, right? The king wasn't in jail with them. You need a baker.
Yeah.
And that's who you work with. You make things with.
Yes.
Ideas,
yes.
creative ideas. Like
yes.
y'all work together. It's
yes.
like, whoa, like, man, like
mm-hmm.
you got a thought. Similar to how you and I do. Like you'll hit me be like, hey man, I'm thinking about this.
Yep.
I'm like, oh man, like come on, like, oh yeah, I like that idea. Man, think about this. Put this spin on it. Da da da. So the baker is who you make things with.
Yeah.
Then there's a butler. The butler opens up doors for you. But he's not the decision maker though.
He's not the decision maker. But he opens the door.
But he opens the door.
Bro,
he's the connector.
I gotta write this down.
He's the connector. He's going to introduce you to people that you need to be introduced to. They're gonna say after what we may make together, they're going to now advocate for that.
Yeah.
Right? We see it also. So that's Old Testament Genesis. We see it also in New Testament when Jesus turns the water into wine, which we don't talk about enough, but that's a branding and marketing tool. When Jesus turned the water into wine, Jesus gives it to the king to speak, for the king to speak well of it. He didn't give it to the people. He gave it to, he said, I just turned water into wine. I made the best. The king speaks well of it. He says, usually they wait till everybody drunk and bring out the worst wine.
Worst wine.
He says, but y'all saved the best for last. When
Branded
the king said that, then now he branded it, told everybody wanted to taste it. God. That's branding and marketing biblically.
Yeah.
But the butler opens up the door, but he's not the deciding factor. The
Correct.
king is the deciding factor.
King is the deciding factor.
So you need 3 people. You need to know who your butlers are, you need to know who your bakers are, and you need to know who your kings are.
Yeah. The ones that open the door, the one you cook with.
And the one that signs off on everything.
Y'all, ain't nothing else to be said. God, dog. Man, I'm so grateful for you, bro. And I'm thankful, man, for just this time of just collaborating, talking. Man, y'all gonna see him more often than anybody that I bring on, because this is my brother, man. And this is how we get down, man.
For sure.
But I'm so grateful, man, for what you just deposited, man. And it's, I mean, again, as I'm pushing out on this whole new platform and pushing out Kicks and Konvos, man, I thank you, man, for just your insight, man, your encouragement, your motivation, man. It really has been helpful.
Yeah, man.
Man, get me off the couch, get me to move and do some things, man. I'm just excited about it, bro. And
that's what connections are here for,
that's
bro.
That's what it's here for, man. That's what I said. We have, man, I'm going to give you credit. That's what we started off the thing. We supposed to talk about credit. So I'm giving him credit because this is the stuff that he's been doing. And, man, and I just thank you, man. I really thank you, man. It's been good. It's been amazing. Listen, y'all, the next drop is going to be coming next week, and we're so excited about it. Again, I appreciate y'all for logging in. Look, hit that bell. And, man, go ahead, subscribe to the channel.
You know what it is.
More information, man. Kicks and Konvos, y'all. This is what it is.
Thanks for having me, bro.
Yeah, man, I really appreciate it, man.
Yeah, man.
Man, Go and say some last words, man, and close it out for me.
Really, I just want to tell people, man, it's important to have people in your life, man. Do not let this culture and this society make you think that you're supposed to do life alone. I believe God never intended for us to do life alone. The first thing when God identified, he went on his journey, but as soon as he comes out of his journey, for him to really do ministry, first thing he does is build a team. Yeah. First thing he does, as soon as he come out of the wilderness, he builds a team.
Builds a team.
And because he's like, I cannot do this alone. Yeah. And if you're called to do anything, you're called to be anything beyond what you, and you know you're called to do anything beyond what you're doing right now, you cannot do it alone. Our life is not meant to do alone. So I just urge everyone, man, connections, collabs, whatever you want to call them, good, find them. Find them.
That's dope.
Yeah.
Y'all, I'm Johnny Withers. That's AD, Adrian Davis. It's Kicks and Konvos. You know what it is. I'll see y'all.
Man. See y'all.